Hey, welcome in everybody. We're back for another TTM video. TTM stands for Through the Mail, and we like to seek autographs through the mail. Just send a card or a photograph to your favorite athlete or celebrity, along with a self-addressed stamped envelope, a letter asking for their autograph, and you'll be surprised how many times you get a return. When we get a return, we come to YouTube, post it here. That way we can share information and everybody can benefit. And today we've got 4, so without further ado, let's just get right into it. First one is coming from San Diego, California. And it is former Pirate Bob Skinner. There's 3 cards in here. Let's see if you signed all 3. Very quick return. He's 88 years old. Former outfielder for 13 years, from 1954 to 1966. Here he's on a manager card when he managed the Phillies back in 68 and 69. Signed it in beautiful thin blue Sharpie, all 3 cards. 3 for 3. Played mostly for the Pirates. Became a longtime coach for the Pirates and then a manager for several teams as well. Basically a lifer in the big leagues. Retiring from the Braves back in the Chuck Tanner era when Chuck went from the Pirates to the Braves. He took along several of his Pirate coaches with him, one of which was Bob Skinner. And Skinner finally retired as a coach in 1988. So he started playing in 54 and retired in 88. That's 35 years in and around the game. So, and that's not including his time in the minor leagues as a player either. But he was a great fielding left fielder, 3-time All-Star, and he teamed with on those Pirates teams in the late 50s and 60s. Bill Verdon in center, Roberto Clemente in right field. All 3 excellent defensive players. That was one of the best defensive outfields of all time. Suffice it to say, that's my opinion. But 3-time All-Star, he won 2 World Series, one with the 60 Pirates. And then he was traded along with Dick Groat and the 64 Cardinals, ended up winning another World Series. And he's the father of Major Leaguer Joel Skinner. You remember this is the second time I've received Bob Skinner. First time I got him on a magazine with a photograph from the 60 World Series on the cover. Been trying to get Joel, and Joel doesn't seem to be too willing of a signer, but we'll continue trying to get that. I like getting those father-son combinations. Got that back in 7 days, San Diego, back here to West Virginia. He was very quick on this last return, too, if I remember correctly. But number 2 return is coming from San Bernardino, California. And it is 77-year-old former wide receiver for 14 seasons, from 64 to 77, for the Browns and then for the Dolphins. He was a running back in college at Ohio State. Paul Warfield, Hall of Famer in 1983, beautiful blue Sharpie. This was free. Typically, he used to charge $5 per, and I noticed a window recently where he has not been charging. And a couple other players have done the same thing. Roger Craig, football Roger Craig, has gone through a period where he's no longer charging for his autograph. Paul Warfield and a couple of others. And I noticed a couple others have reduced their fees down. I know Jim Palmer was signing for $5, and for years he was a $10 per. But anyway, Warfield played 4 seasons with the Browns and 7 championship games total. 4 for the Browns. That was before the Super Bowl. He won the National Football League championship as a rookie in 1964. Then he was with 3 Super Bowls with the Dolphins. He won 2 of them, number 7 and number 8. That is a beautiful card. 2017 Panini. Gorgeous card. I'll just leave it right there in a top loader. All-decade team in the 70s. And as I'm fond of saying, you look at those all-decade teams in the NFL, and from top to bottom, they're just filled completely with Hall of Famers. There's one defensive player in the 70s that's not in the Hall of Fame, and that's Cliff Harris. and I'm thinking someday he might get in. Could be this year in that senior committee. He's a finalist. 8-time Pro Bowler, Paul Warfield, 85 receiving touchdowns. Browns traded him for the 3rd pick of the 1970 draft, who turned out to be Mike Phipps, quarterback from Purdue. And then, of course, Warfield went on to the Dolphins and was All-Pro 5 times with them and 2-time Super Bowl champion with them. Not a good trade for the Brownies, I'm afraid. Hall of Famer, first year of eligibility in 83. Again, no fee. There's no fee, again, for his old teammate Mercury Morris. I noticed he's waived his fee. Jim Marshall, potential Hall of Fame defensive end from the Vikings. He's lowering his down to $5 per. I got that back in 9 days. No fee. Get him quick. Paul Warfield, Hall of Famer. Number 3 return is from our favorite, North Texas. That's so clear. And this is former Cowboy Darren Woodson, shown here in his Arizona State uniform. He was a linebacker in college. Darren Woodson, he signed 28, even though he wore number 6 in college. And then there's the Pro Line Portraits card. Darren Woodson, 28. Very cool, very cool. Great player. 12 seasons for the Cowboys, 92 to 2003. 3-time Super Bowl champion, 27, 28, and 30. 5 times in the Pro Bowl, almost 1,000 tackles in his career. Tremendous career. 23 interceptions. I think there's 85 players in the history of the NFL with 1,000 tackles, and he's right up there, very close. He's in the list of 25 modern era semi-finalists for induction. Those 25 will be narrowed down to 5. Of course, you have Troy Polamalu in his first year of eligibility, Tony Boselli, guys from last year, Steve Atwater, John Lynch, Richard Seymour's back, Alan Faneca, a lot of deserving candidates. Again, I talk about this all the time, but the NFL still has a huge backlog. They're trying to take care of it this year by inducting 20 for 2020. And so those will be 10 seniors, 5 modern era, 3 contributors, and 2 coaches. Still, even when they induct 20 next July, August, whenever it is, there's still going to be a backlog. Several great players just waiting out there to be inducted. But I got that back from Woodson in 26 days. There's no fee for Darren Woodson. This next one, we know where it's from because it's pretty obvious. There's the Dukies. Duke basketball. I just sent an email 5 days ago. So I believe we know who this is. I've seen a couple other people get this back. Mike Krzyzewski, Coach K, down there in silver Sharpie. Let's see if it shows up here. I've seen a couple photographs of these returns, and I'm wondering, is it auto pen? Is it a stamp? Or is it real? I think it's real. I don't know. There's a stop here on the M. There's a stop here on the K. That's generally what you look for with the auto pen. But with those silver ink, I don't know. Guys. That K looks different than his other Ks. We'll see. I don't know. Again, I get that back in 5 days. He's 72 years old now, and he's the winningest coach in the history of college football. 1,071 wins and only 285 losses. 5 NCAA championships. 12 Final Fours. He's great success on the international level as well. We'll just work right through that. Still filming. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Coach K. Almost lost you, buddy. He coached the U.S. Olympic team in 2008, 2012, 2016 to Olympic gold. As a college player, he was coached by the great Bobby Knight at West Point. Got that back. Again, I sent an email to Duke University and got that back in the mail in 5 days. No fee. We'll see. I don't know. I think it's real. It's got a chance. It's got a chance. Got those stops. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Get a close-up on that. Is that real? I can't tell. We'll see. Either way, a good return. Mike Krzyzewski. That's it, guys. Those are the 4 returns tonight. Got Bob Skinner, 88-year-old former player and coach for the Pirates. Paul Warfield, Hall of Famer, 1983. Darren Woodson, a finalist for the Hall of Fame Modern Era Committee. And Hall of Fame coach Mike Krzyzewski, who's in the Basketball Hall of Fame, the College Basketball Hall of Fame, and he's in there as a U.S. Olympic member of the Dream Team as well. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you'll be notified of all my future videos. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below. I love to read your comments and respond. And always, you can shoot me an email. My email will be in the description below. If you need any help in any way, I'll be glad to help you any way I can. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon.